Hi everyone, this is Ants. This is weekend 5 and probably the last development video blog on the current migration of Radon Bungeling Bay 3D from libGDX to Godot. So let's get started. The biggest work I did this weekend is implement demo mode, which is basically the AI, artificial intelligence, playing itself, right? So this is actually a very important, not for someone who actually plays it, but for me who actually tests it. But someone who's curious and see how does this game play, or let me see how to play this game. You just click on demo mode and the game plays itself, and it actually shows you all the different kind of features, right? So so I implemented that, and that was a lot of work, but at least I had the source code in Java that I could just basically mimic the same logic, and the logic was solid. It's just basically a priority list of things that you need to do, and that's basically it. So the other big thing is I changed the game mechanics. The game mechanics of the radar sites. When you pass near the radar sites, you get a locked on. And when the radar is locked on you, basically the anti-aircraft guns and the fighters are guaranteed to hit you. So every time they fire, they guaranteed to hit you because the radar is locked on you, right? But if you're not locked on, then they'll try to shoot toward you, and sometimes they do hit you, but if you're not moving, but sometimes they can miss. So now they become extremely dangerous because in the previous version, on the libGDX version, the radar sites basically just alerted the fighters to take off and it's starting to attack you. And that's all they basically did. They didn't really do anything else other than that. But now they become extremely dangerous that the priority list of the active target. So the way the game is now, all you have to do is keep the right mouse button down and it will actually fire your cannon or drop the bombs. And you really don't have to think. You just hold it down, and it will actually prioritize the kill priority, right? And now the priority is the bombers first, cruise missiles second, and radar sites third, because the radar sites will increase the damage you take in from the fighters and from the AA guns, because they're guaranteed to basically hit you. Okay, but anyways. I find the game mechanic now with the radar sites being like this actually is more engaging, where the radar sites, the dishes that are rotating are very dangerous now. So there's that. And the last thing, there's two other things. One is the stats, right? So I'm gonna end this game. And I implemented all the stats. No matter if you end the game, if you win, lose, or end the game, you're going to get statistics of the current state of the game and all that. And it'll show you if you failed on your primary objective, i.e., bomb all 6 factories or not, and your possible total score, assuming that your carrier survived and the remaining helicopters and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the game, it actually calculates everything. It changes the possible score to the actual score and that sort of thing. But it keeps track of all the statistics and all the accuracies of everything, both you and the enemies, the damage done. I mean, there's so many different statistics here, and I keep on adding more and more all the time. I may have to increase the font. I don't know. Again, that's just visual, and that's easy stuff to do. So yeah, so there's that. And with that statistics, you could rank people and do all sorts of stuff. One of the things I didn't implement, which I have implemented on the libGDX version, is saving the high scores to Game Jolt. And I'm not going to implement it now because I may change the mechanics and change the difficulty level and all that. And there's no point in capturing high scores until this feedback from users and all that kind of stuff and everything. The last thing I did is credits. So this is just basically kind of a component that quickly just shows, all the CC 0, Creative Commons 0 of all the Kenny stuff I used and the font I used, the music I used that are all open, are public domain and that sort of thing, and the version of Godot I use and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, there's that. I mean, basically, it's just finishing touches that I have and testing and fixing bugs and maybe making it look better. But the next video I'm going to be doing, if you're still watching, is I'm going to be doing a very detailed comparison between the libGDX 3D version and this Godot version. I mean, of course, this one looks better. I mean, we don't have to argue that. That's just, you just have to watch the videos. But basically, performance-wise, memory-wise, the Godot version is actually using more models, higher resolution textures, better shadows, better lighting. But I have a feeling that Godot is actually, it's actually, in terms of the frame rates, it's actually going to be higher than libGDX. And I'll be taking a look at, how many lines of source code did the Godot version use versus the Java version? How much memory during runtime does the libGDX version use compared to the Godot? And this is both on the web and desktop. And I'm more looking at for the web. So I'm designing these games for the web. And this is the reason why even the Godot version, it's fairly simple for 3D. It's because you can't get a full-blown 3D with 1,000 models on the web. You are going to get some performance impacts there. But yeah, so I'll be doing kind of like even memory traces, CPU utilization, GPU utilization, memory utilization on not only the web and desktop versions, but against Godot versus libGDX. So that's actually going to be an interesting video, and there's going to be a lot of backlash because I guess people are not going to want to see this sort of information, certain people. But yeah, so that'll be the next video, more of a heads up difference in them. So we'll see you then. Take care and have a good one. Take care. Bye.